waiting just to take her down. Oh, yeah. I told my partner, Neo, hit me when she come around. And I'ma tear that body up. Anytime she walk in, she tear the body up. Time and time again. Any city, any club, she know what's up. She know she don't. Body like drugs, and I need another dose. Baby putting on a show. Don't matter how much she do, I want some more. She got class with that when she hit the floor. She know, oh yeah, 'cause she knows. Oh, she knows. Bitty bye bye remix from the front to the back, from her head to her toe. Why she do it like that? Cause she knows she aware that I'm watching, so she gon' put on a show. She look back and then she drop it, cause she knows.
Coffee with the kiss on your head. I'll take the kids to school, wave them goodbye. I'll thank my lucky stars for that night. When you look over your shoulder, for a minute I'll forget that I'm older. I wanna dance with you right now. Oh, you look as beautiful as ever, and I swear that every day you'll get better. You make me feel this way somehow.
I just can't wait. I just can't wait to hold you, baby. Oh. It's been a long time since I've seen that face. Oh, that pretty little face. Let me wrap my arms around you and never let go. Love me unconditionally. My one and only. Just set my heart free. I
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to D1's first race of the season. It's a pre-season race, but we are in Silverstone, so we've got a pretty full grid. I think we've got 16 or something like that. Hello, everyone. Um, Jamie, how was the decision made of team over reserve? To be honest, in pre-season, it'd just be kind of pick whatever seat would be open. But when we get to the actual races, team principals will approach you for which seat you want to be in. Hello, Roy, Carl, Alfie. How are we all? Not often we have a D1 race on the YouTube channel. Oh, as Spirit EU has left the session. Inari, hello. Who's going to commentate D2? So we've got a selection of Twooge, Vader, Frank, um, who asked? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So just waiting on Twooge. Got kicked. I'll send you an invite straight away. Right. Get you invited back in. Spirit. There we go. New invite. We will get the camera set up. Everybody's going to be on the softs. Getting the new telemetry on. There we go. Spirit is back. Track map full. Who's going to be out first? Be weird seeing everybody in different teams as well. It's a VCAB of Charles out on the grid first. In the new lovely white livery. Feel free to put your predictions in the chat, who you think is going to take pole or your top three. It's going to be very competitive, I'll tell you that. We've got some very quick people in here. Roy's shown very quick times. Who asked, did very well in the 5-lapper championship. Wads' pace is unknown, but he was quick previous. Vader also doing very well on the 5-lapper championship. Loki, where Duke? I have no idea where Duke is. Not a clue. Yeah, Alfie, that white ball does look lovely. A couple more people starting to come out of the pits as Wads is on a very fast push lap. I don't know if he's under AI, but he's using a little bit of battery there. So we will cut back to Battery Votas. Spirit has left again. I'll resend you another invite. Or we see an on board with Charles. Kick also looking good, yeah. Lovely green colour. So we'll ride on board with Charles as he approaches the final few corners. Takes a nice wide line. Ready for him to approach his lap. Turns his ERS onto hot lap. Silverstone, a lot nicer track this season. It's not as bumpy as it was last time. Flat out through one. Hit your braking point just above the 75 metres as you head to the right and then left. You got to get a good run as we've got a long straight and a short DRS. We'll be seeing a lot of overtakes down here today. Indecisive braking point. Charles going for the wide line. Same for the following hairpin. Straight on the power. Utilising a little bit of his battery. He's still got a lot left. As he comes towards Cops, will he be flat out? Yes, he is. Keeps it in 8th gear. Using a little bit of battery to top up his speed as he comes towards Maggots and Beckett's. Downshifting once, twice, and down to 5th gear. Making sure he gets a very good exit towards the DRS straight. Got a McLaren out front, pulling off the racing line. Yeah, the use of usernames is also disturbing. Utilising the last bit of battery he's got. Brakes around 75 metres again. Needs to get a good exit. And Charles is going to cross the line and set us off with a 1:27.1. Good lap from him. Next, we're going to have, I think it's going to be his VCAB counterpart who's into the pits after invalidating. Brad Volser just coming out the pits. Who is next? Got a lot of people crossing the line. Wads is one of them. Roy goes quickest on the medium tyres on a 26.9. Wads crosses the line next. He goes P4 with a 27.5. Thunderbird with a 27.4. Casper's going to be next across the line. Harv goes P3. Casper goes quickest with a 26.5. Very strong pace out there. Wide Raiders next. He goes P5 with a 27.2. So, good start to quali. Inari's going to be next. Oversteering a little bit on the exit, utilising the last bit of battery. He goes P3. Also in the 126s, just. So only 10/100 separate P2 and P3 at the moment. Kyle is on his outlap. While his teammate Jonas is going to be next across the line. Dropping into 7th, down to even to 5th. Quite low. Down to 3rd, missed his braking point slightly. He's oversteered a little bit. Looks scruffy last sector from Jonas. He's going to cross the line and he goes P9 with a 28.8. Meanwhile, Raj Volsa getting ready to start his first lap of the session. Scrooge Sterry also doing the same while his teammate Wads is going to be on his way into the pits. Huast also into the pits. Which means Dylan's going to be next across the line. Where can Dylan put his Alpine? Using the last bit of battery, goes P8 with a 27.5, just behind Thunderbird. Meanwhile, Spirit about to start his lap. So Mercedes looking good so far, P1 and P3. Couple of cars getting out of the way. We'll ride on board with Kyle. Oh no, he won't. He is invalidated. So I wonder if he'll have enough fuel to go for another run. Jamie, do you think this track is a good test to determine the whole grid's pace? Yeah, I do, personally. I think Silverstone is quite a good track. It's a track a lot of people know. It's technical in terms of like sector 2, but it's not too technical, so it's not overwhelming. But yeah, I think it's a good track to determine pace. Speaking of pace, Brad Rolls is going to be next across the line, who showed very good pace in the 5 lappers. Let's see what he's got here at Silverstone. He's going to cross the line and he goes P2 with a 26.9. So Kaspar with a very good time. Currently 3.5 temps clear. Twooge next across the line, he goes P11 with a 27.7. Contact is next, but I think he's going again. Alright, that'll be his first lap. Who we got next? Thunderbird, is he on a lap? Thunderbird's on his way into the pits, which means Spirit's going to be next. He's also in the pits, so he wasn't happy on the medium tyres. We've got a Mercedes coming towards the last 2 corners, but he does have 81% battery. Yeah. No, you know, it's not on a lap. Who is on a lap that we can ride on board with? Kyle invalidating once again. We'll ride on board with Concept. See if he can get time on the board. And he's flat out through cops and he comes towards Maggots and Beckett's. Very nice line through there, keeps it in 6. And he's on the power straight away, DRS wide open. Used a lot of his battery early. See how much he's got left to give in the final sector. Final few corners to go. Misses the apex slightly. Final corner, crosses the line at P5 with a 27 flat, just above it, in front of his teammate by 1/10. who is just about to start his next lap. Twooge has got enough battery for another run, while his teammate is on an outlap. Roy is on a lap. I would love to see a lap from Roy. He showed very good pace in the time trial merchants competition we've just started at Wheel2Wheel Racing. And if you've not seen that, please do check it out. You've got till the D2 race tomorrow to submit your TT time. Downshifting to 7th and down to 5th. As he gets a good run, he's still got a little bit of battery as well to give. He's set a purple sector 2 so far, so it's looking good. Final few corners. Does Roy have what it takes to put his Red Bull on provisional pole? Final corner. Yes, he does. He sets a 26.1. That's an amazing time. 4 tenths clearer than Mercedes, so really good time for him. Vader on on an outlap, which means Charles is going to be next. See if he can improve on his current P6. He's set a 27.1. Crosses a line, slower by a 1/10.5. Next, Watt is going to be next, but he's invalidated, so he's going to dive into the pits. Kyle's on an outlap. Kyle said he has no grip. Red Bull for the win, not biased. Ooh, it's big to see a big snap of overstay from Jonas there. And who we got on a lap then? Jonas is currently on a lap. What's going on, Harv? Currently sitting P7. Jonas washed. I think Jonas is struggling a little bit. He did say he's starting no line, but it doesn't look like it's going well for him. He's 3 tenths down, so it doesn't look like this is going to be an improvement on his previous lap. He's gone deep again. He's surely going to dive into the pits, which he does. Everybody else behind him just starting his lap. Fairs may have to do a no-line lap now. It's a, Roy and Kasperk's lap are very good, but everyone's pretty close. Oh wow, a Spirit XU, we missed that. What a lap time from him. He sets a 26.777. So that's good enough for P3 at the moment. Who asked? I'm not sure if that was a visual glitch then, but we'll see. Jamie, do you think I will score points tomorrow? I don't actually. If you tell me your Discord name, I'll let you know. Dylan also on his starting a lap. Well, we're running over Kyle. It looks like he might actually get a gonna get a lap on the board. He said he's got no grip. The final few corners he goes, so it looks like he's gonna actually get a time on board. Using the last remaining ERS, crosses the line, goes P15 in front of his teammate. Vader's going to be next, but he's invalidated, so that won't count. Is that who asked? He's also invalidated, so he's back into the pit lane. Let's ride on board with Dylan. As he comes through Maggots and Beckett's onto the curbs a little bit, unsettle the car. Yeah, I use a TV pod offset and then center it. Dylan dives into the pit, so he wasn't improving. Meanwhile, we've got a Mercedes of Kasperk coming to the final corner, and he's improving by 2 tenths. Does he have what it takes to put it on provisional pole and beat Roy? Crosses the line. No, he doesn't. He improves by just under 3/10. Sets a very good lap time, but it's not good enough to beat the Red Bull at the moment. Just getting out of the way there, sorry if you're in chat. Looks like the McLaren boys are working together, but they're both on outlaps. Roy also on an outlap. Rajvolsa's not. Rajvolsa's used a lot of his battery. Oh, he's gone back to none. He's going for another run. Okay, Tuj. Oh, you're joking. I mean... Yes, how long have we got left here? 2:54, so we should have enough time to go back into the pits and go out once again. Right, who we got on a lap? Roy coming towards the final corner. Can he improve on what is already a very strong time? He's going to cross the line. Yes, he does. He improves by 2/10. He's into the 25s. What a lap time from Roy. Great work. Wads is going to be next. He crosses the line, improves by 7/10. He goes P4. So the track is definitely improving out there. Inari's next across the line, but I don't think he's improving. So unless he's going for another run. No, he's 2 seconds down. Who's next? Charles has retired, so he's not going to have time to go out for another run. So P8 is the best he can do at the moment. Harv is currently on an outlap. Concept's getting ready to start his lap. Who else have we got on track? So Thunderbird looks like he's the only man out on track that's on a lap at the moment. As he comes down the DRS straight. Going very deep there, choosing a wide line. That Jonas further down, he's in the grass. Not sure what has happened there. As the teammate comes past on an outlap, we'll cut back to Thunderbird. Jonas retires on track. A little bit silly. So we've got a Ferrari coming towards the final corner. That might be Spirit. They're both on outlaps anyway. Inari will be next when he dives into the pits, so it's definitely going to be Thunderbird. He's improving slightly, but he's took a little bit of curb and he's run out of deployment. Currently P12, crosses the line, improves by 2/10, puts himself up to P9. Ferrari and Mercedes getting ready to start their lap. Concept's going to be next across the line. Wads retires. P4's the best we'll see him do tonight. Roy didn't have enough time to start another lap. Frank crosses the line, stays P7. Didn't improve on that run. Harv dives into the pits, so that's his quali over. Dylan's invalidated, so he's not improving. Kyle's on a lap, and who's that behind him? It is Uast, who I think is going to really struggle in that dirty air. He must have started his lap very close behind Kyle. Both drivers on a Yeah, you can see how much that dirty air is really affecting him in Maggots and Beckett's. Both drivers are on a lap. Kyle now moves out the way, as I imagine he invalidated there. Yes, he did. And it's Carl Vaspier, the other Ferrari driver behind him. So, who asked improving by 2 attempts? I don't think he's got what it needs to go on pole. He goes P6. Spirit crosses the line, sets almost the exact same time. What can Rajvosa do? Does he have something special in the final sector? He crosses the line. No, he doesn't. Kasperk's invalidated, so his lap time will not count. Vader, the only man that can challenge pole position. He's going to cross the line. He's good enough for P4. He beats his teammate by 1/100th. Frank's on his way back, and that is everybody. So there we are. There is our final grid. As for some reason now we've just got a countdown timer. So there we go. There is our short quality. So Roy with an absolutely outstanding lap. Kaspark new to wheel-to-wheel racing, off to a very good start and a very strong lap from him in the Mercedes. Rajvosa also very strong. Vader, Spirit, Wads, Huast, Imari, all in the 26s. But yeah, it's very, very close. Only 8 tenths separate from P2 all the way down to P8. So I'm not sure if we're going to have a lobby restart. I will ask 1 second. Are we restarting?
Well, no one cares basically, apart from, I think.
If nobody said no, then just say lobby restart. Just ready up.
Well, Kyle, I think, said no.
Did he?
Which I respect, because we usually don't do that. Usually it's tough luck, yeah.
Yeah, usually it's. Shouldn't that be like? Could it be a rule like once per season you have one like lobby reset if you do it wrong, or if you want a set of read
Yeah,
chain?
but it would also be iffy if we would just implement it now for me. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know, but for later times.
Yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna retire after a few laps.
Well, they're asking if we're restarting, so we're restarting.
Well, I would like to, because
we're starting now though.
Oh yeah, someone did ready up.
Probably too late.
It's
Restarting.
ultimately.
Yes or no?
Need to make a decision.
Well, I would like to, but
Right. Well,
yeah.
Yeah, we are. Okay.
That's not a yes or no.
Oh, okay. Well,
Alright, then restart.
I can't make a decision, that yeah, but because maybe I don't know.
I forgot we also had the formation lap, so you got that.
Yeah.
You got that with you.
oh, the contact. Whoops.
You just rammed into me.
Yeah, it's fine.
You sent me back, fucker.
I thought ghosting was
We'll have fresh tires.
Well, yeah, fresh tires, but I would start. Fucker.
Right, I am going back to stream.
You fucker.
So already chaos on the formation lap. Very a possible race strategy. So it'll be a one stop on medium to hard, or what is definitely possible this game is a two stop. Because as you've probably all seen, tyre wear is very high, which personally I'm a fan of. I'd like that because literally every single race last season was last game was pretty much just a one stop, medium to hard or hard to medium, and there was nothing really in it. Now technically you could go on a two stop and be roughly around similar pace, which is nice. So yeah, a lot more interesting instead of just slapping on hards on lap one after a safety car and that taking you to the end of the race. So we'll see everybody around towards the grid as we've got Roy coming around the final corner, and we've got Jonas somehow very ghosted, but Kyle coming around. We actually forgot the Con name, it's just completely gone up my head. As we see everybody line up on the grid now, nice and slowly, trying to get as far forward as they can. Spirit very nice lining up there. Wad's pointing left. Oh, and he's gone too far. There we go, that knocks him back. Charles lining up on the grid. Jonas very far back as Kyle is the final man to slot into his grid spot as he goes over. And here we go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in Silverstone. And away we go. Season 6 is alive. Roy doesn't get a good start. The Mercedes of Casper is already alongside and he's in front into turn 1. Raj also going wide there. Wad's applying a little bit of pressure around the outside. He's going to have the inside line for the next corner. Oh, we've seen, is that Concept? Concept struggling under braking. I don't know if he got any contact, but he seemed like he went round there. As the Alpine, applying pressure as Inari has gone round. And that's sent Concept around again. I'm not sure if that was traction, but the Ferrari Spirit is also around. I'm not seeing what damage is there. Roy's back in front as Wad's trying to go around the outside of Rajvosa. We'll have a look at our tyres in just a moment. Carve up into P6. There we are. That explains some of the starts. So Kyle already making moves. He's up into P11. So a good start from both McLaren drivers. So we've got 2 people on the softs, a couple of people on the medium, most people on the mediums, and a couple of people on the hards. So Harv already up 6 positions, so he's really made them softs work. As of Wads, he's up 2. We'll move back up the grid as Roy creating a little bit of a gap out in front. As being first really does help now as you're not in that dirty area of the driver in front. Roy sent the fastest lap as Tuij pulls in to retire. Spirit has left the session. Once again, I'll invite you to get back in. There we are. So still very grouped, everybody within DRS all the way down to P11. Kyle just started DRS of his teammate as he's under pressure from Dylan. Dylan under pressure from Minari, who's going up the inside. That'll be a nice move, but Dylan's going to get the better run. Inari on the mediums, Dylan on the hards. Dylan's going to be in front into Cops. Inari sensibly backing out as he goes slightly over track limits. Dirty air with understeer is too OP in this game. Yeah, I'd say yeah, a little bit, but I mean everybody's experiencing it. I think it's quite realistic if I'm honest. as Harv is now out of DRS of Vader out in front, and that's put him under pressure from Huast, who goes for the dive bomb down the inside. I'm glad Harv read that because he just managed to get out of the way. But that's putting Harv under pressure from Thunderbird. He's been passed by one Williams. I don't think he wants to be passed by another. Will Harv look to make a move on the soft tyres? He goes down the inside. He gets the move done. He did what Huast did to him in the final corner. Problem is now Harv isn't going to get that DRS. And he's going to be under pressure from the two Williams. But he's going to stay out in front. We'll see them softs are going to slowly start to die as Vader will be able to apply some pressure on Wads. Both Red Bulls doing well. Top 5 still within DRS. Oh, Vaspi again ripped my Wi-Fi. Sorry, man. Seen any more moves? Not often we see Charles in P9. Through the grid, Inari still applying pressure on Stacey. We'll cut back to the front. Are we going to see any moves down the DRS straight? Huast goes past Harv. As that battle's still going underway into the final corner. Harv's really struggling on them soft tyres already. We're on lap 4. You can just tell Huast has so much more grip, and I imagine he's going to go down the inside. No, he doesn't. Harv went deep though. He's not going to get the best run. Both Williams will have the DRS, and you can already see how much quicker Huast is. Will Thunderbird look to do the same? No, Thunderbird stays behind as we see Charles go up the inside of Jonas. Good move there from him. So Jonas must have passed him previously, because I think Charles was P9 anyway. Inari still not managed to get past the Alpine yet. Concept just trying to play a little bit of catch up. Roy doing very well out in front. He's out of DRS of Kasperk, which would be good for Roy's teammate Brajvosa as he's still within DRS. Doesn't go for a move on the DRS. We'll go back to the battle of Huast and Harv as it might be Thunderbird's turn. No, he's not close enough. As Jonas looking to go up the inside of Charles, both battling away. Charles covers the outside. Jonas thought about going up the inside. Very slightly taps the V-carb. Charles having to go over the curbs. So both McLaren drivers sitting P10, P11 at the moment. Roy, easy championship. You know, if he carries on pulling out performances like this, I 100% agree. Because Kaspark is nowhere near slow and he's 2.2 seconds out in front already. Like I said, the dirty air will help. So, sorry, the dirty air being in P1 will help. That he's got so much free air. As we're seeing Wad struggling now, and Wad and Y Vader stuck in a wheel tangle. They just managed to escape the wall. Lucky for them both. Caught the back end there. I'm not sure whose fault that was. But in that infamous wheel lock. So, oh, Kasper gets 3 seconds of track limit. So it's quite early on. We're only on lap 5. Will Rajvosa go for a move? He goes down the inside. And he's up in front. We've got a yellow flag. Who is that? That's Harv. Harv's at a moment. Yeah, I can see you in a minute. You can rejoin if you like. So Harv really struggling on those softs. He's going to go into the pits. Still all to play for, I guess. As Harv gets 10 seconds and retires. So starting on the softs really didn't help for him. So Wad's still out there on the soft tyre. Wide Vader almost out of DRS of the Sauber. We can see how much Rajvosa is all over Kasperk. So Kasperk managed to repass Rajvosa at some point, missed that. So both drivers on the medium tyres. Tyre management also is a really important part of this game. So Kasperk does kind of have free air now with Roy being so far right in front. So that'll benefit him. Excuse me, in terms of tyre management. Roy's going to go for a... Rajvosa is going to go for a move. He's gone around the outside this time. Kasper is driving with a broken ankle. Oh. Wow. Right. Don't know which side I'm on the fence now. I feel really bad because the fact that he's driving with a broken ankle. But then on the other side, how is he still this quick with a broken ankle? So hopefully he gets a quick recovery because somebody needs to challenge Roy as Wads is into the pits. Excuse me. So lap 7 for Wads. On those soft tyres, he goes on to the hards, which I don't think are going to last him all race like they would have last year. But we'll see. We'll keep an eye. So we've got a bit of a gap now down to P5. 3.8 seconds who asked away from Wide Vader. But looking at people's tyres, still a lot to play for. We've got a lot of people on the hards in the middle of the pack, so they'll be coming out quick when they pit. Whereas the top 4 all start on the mediums. There are your position changes. So Kyle and Jonas having a very good start to this race, both up 7 positions. As they both come through in Maggots and Beckett's. Will Thunderbird look to make a move on his teammate, or will it be too far back? He looks like he's too far back. Yeah. We're going to see a move from anybody else on this DRS straight. Dylan's probably the closest. He's defending for Minari, who these two have been battling out all race. It's been a really good battle. Dylan going wide. Minari around the outside as we see a McLaren into the pits. That is Jonas. Both drivers giving each other room, which you love to see. Dylan remains on top. So Jonas in the pits, and he's going on to the hard tyres. Minari will look to make a move. No, he doesn't. But I think Dylan went deep then, expecting a move. Dylan's not going to get DRS from Kyle out in front. So Minari needs to make sure he gets a good exit, which he does. You can already see he's flying along, and he gets that move done well before the corner as Wads comes out in front of Jonas, both on the hard compound. So Rajvosa now 1.1 seconds out in front of Kasperk, so he's in the free air now, and Wide Vader's now managed to catch up to the Mercedes. I imagine with a broken ankle, it'll get worse over time, or more painful over time. As Vader gets 3 seconds, see him going over track limits there. Concept passes Dylan. So Dylan's lost 2 positions in 1 lap. And Concept just getting the DRS as well, keeping him within touching distance of the Mercedes. Oh, who was that? I like Jonas sliding as Dylan get 3 seconds. Oh, and Inari with a big lock up into the final few corners. Oh, there's Contact going sideways again. So he's got no assist for this season, and the traction just catching him out a little bit there. Not sure if that was the case at the start of the race as well. Meanwhile, his teammate stuck in P7 behind the 2 Williams. 2 Williams running strong at the minute, P5 and P6. You might have expected who asked a little bit higher, but if I am right, he is on, yes, the hard tyres. So not going to be as quick as the front runners at the minute. but he'll certainly come out strong when he pits. So Casper back into DRS of Rajvolsa, which is good to see. So if he has a strong Maggots and Beckett's, we could see an overtake down the DRS straight. Watching Le Mans and D1 is not bad, to be honest. Who's P1? Is it still a Ferrari? Will Casper look to make a move? No, he's not far enough along. Might just be keeping hold on to his ERS a little bit. As Wide Vader looking to apply a bit of pressure. So Casper's got to be careful of the Ferrari in his mirrors. It's not often you see a Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull battle in this close. Charles all over the back of the Williams driver now. Casper would have won with a normal ankle. Well, fingers crossed when he's recovered. I can't wait to see him battling for that P1. So Concept's in the pits. He bolts on a set of, is that softs? I missed that. We'll keep an eye out where he comes in terms of Jonas. So Jonas obviously going for the more undercut, and that is a set of hards. So Concept has opted for the set of hard tyres. So good battle for the 2 remaining podium spots. Good battle for P5, 6 and 7. Red Bull have got a strong lineup for D1. Yeah, very strong. Rajvolsa very quick this season. Very quick. I mean, he was quick in 24. But yeah, the pace has really come to him for this game. So we've got Rajvolsa into the pits. So he's one of the first front runners to pit, which promotes Kasperk into P2. And I was going to say Wide Vader into P3, but he's also pitted. So it'll be interesting to see where these guys come out. Obviously, Kasperk's decided to stay out, and what will Roy do? I imagine he'll pit soon. Nobody else pitting. The rest will be staying out on the new tyres. So Charles really struggling to make an impact on the 2 Williams. In a little bit of oversteer on the exit. Where are these 2 coming out? They come out in front of Wads. Oh, Rajvolsa does. Vader doesn't. So I think that was very important from Rajvolsa that he came out in front of Wads there. Wide Vader might struggle a little bit in the dirty air. Rajvolsa's on the hard tyres, as is Wide Vader. So good stuff from Rajvolsa there. As we see Concept passing the Ghost Spirit EU. Ferrari first and second. Nice. Yeah. Obviously, you don't mean in real F1. So Kasperk's into the pits. Charles up into P5. So Thunderbird's also pitted. That is why Roy's also in the pits. So sensible from him. Just following what the rest of the guys do. Who asked staying out as he's on the hard tyres. So where does Roy come out? And Kasperk's the most important one. So Roy's easily going to come out with nice clean air. Kasperk is going to come out behind Rajvolsa, but in front of Wads. So that was the important one. So as you can see, Vader still struggling behind Wads. Well, not struggling, but still stuck behind Wads. So Kasperk getting out in front of Wads is very important for him, and he's going to get DRS as well. Wide Vader, Wads very nicely falls out the way of Wide Vader. So Wide Vader keeps in touch with the other 2. So really nice stuff from Wads there. Not interrupting that battle for a podium spot. So let's have a look who has pitted and who's not. So the top 4 still yet to pit. Everybody else lower down is technically our provisional grid. Put our penalties on as well. There we are. So we're seeing a couple of people with 3 seconds. So Charles on the hards. So them two have not pitted. Inari into the pits now as Dylan stays out. He's on the hards. JB in the Cadillac. If only that could be the same in F1. I know, yeah. Button. So Inari's gone for the hards. So he's going to come out behind Thunderbird. Will he come out in front of the 2 McLarens? Going to be close. Right on board with Kyle. And he's behind the 2 McLaren drivers. So Inari out in P12, but he's in front of Concept. So Concept is going to have to pass Inari once again. He's done it once. As Spirit's ghosted cars into the pits. Top 3 still yet to pit now. Roy now within touching distance of Dylan. So he'll have to pass him. Red Bull 1-2 and championship confirmed. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Roy's going to be a heavily favourite for D1 championship, no doubt. Rajvalsa, I'll have his work cut out, obviously, for some more podiums, but he's looking very strong. Me and Boyd's going to have an epic battle tomorrow. Roy setting the fastest lap of the race now, as Kasperg out of DRS of Rajvalsa. 1.3 seconds now. So Dylan, Charles and Huas still yet to pit. So let's see if Wide Raider can make a move down the DRS zone. He doesn't look like he gets the best of exits. He's lost a bit of time and he might be a little bit too far back, which he is going to be. So we'll have a look at Concept. Let's see if he can make a move on the other Mercedes. Might be Jonas that's in trouble here. Oh, it's a little bit of Concept. Oh, that's just silly from Jonas. I mean, Inari was going off the track. Did Inari get damaged? Yeah, so Inari's missing a little bit of front wing damage there. Kyle got running a bad race from where he started, sitting in P10 at the moment, would get him points if this was a real race. So who asked us in the pits? Charles staying out a little bit longer. And we're seeing the Alpine team out, which means Dylan must also be into the pits. So who asked onto the mediums? And I imagine Dylan will do the same. Yep, Dylan onto the mediums. So we'll keep an eye out where Huas comes out. It's going to be behind Thunderbird, his teammate. So his teammate's got the undercut on him. We've got a yellow flag. Who is that? That Concept? I think that was Concept once again in that final corner. So he now is into the pits for what I imagine is going to be a front wing change. So only Charles yet to pit, so it'll be interesting to see who has pace now. Obviously on the medium tyre, where his teammate's on the hard. Teammate did get the undercut on him, but Huas is going to have some really good pace out there. Wad's also running well at the minute, currently in P6. But will them hard tyres get him to the end of this race? He's still within DRS just. Kasper really catching back up to Rajvalsa. So it's still a good fight for this last podium spot. Widevader passes his teammate. Huas passes his teammate. As we see Charles into the pits. So we'll see where he comes out. Will it be in front or behind Thunderbird? I imagine it'll be behind. As everybody moves up one spot. Will they come out in front of Kyle? Should do just. Yeah, there we go. Plenty of time. So we'll keep an eye on Charles's pace now. As Huas has a bit of a mountain to climb. He does have those medium tyres, but he is chasing down Wads, who has been on those tyres for 9 laps. And we've still got 10 laps to go left in this race, so anything could happen. As Inari gets 3 seconds. That totals him up to 6 for now. Wad's getting his first 3 seconds. So he had a little bit of buffer on the 2 in front, but slowly going. He was within DRS in the last lap, but he must have had a really scruffy lap. 2.3 seconds away now. Will Vader make a move? Or Casper? All just staying within unison. Concept gets another 3 seconds. Sorry, his first 3 seconds, not another. Dylan looking to make a move on Jonas. Goes around the outside. Jonas drifting away from the apex a little bit on those older hard tyres. He's going to look to come back up the inside. He's going to be a late break. Dylan sticking around the outside, but I'm not sure if it was shoved off the track. The camera kind of cut a very poor time there. Jonas is going to have the speed on the exit of the final corner. Dylan looking to go for the cutback. Will he look to go for a dive into the next corner? Yes, he does. He's going to go up the inside, sticks to the apex, leaves room on the exit. He's going to be the outside line now. Who is going to get DRS? So Dylan's just out in front. As we cross, and Dylan's got the DRS. Jonas does not. So it's a clear win for the Alpine. Dylan up into P10. Good move from him. Meanwhile, Concept now looking to apply a little bit of pressure on Jonas as he locks up. And the Concept tapped his rear wheel, which sends Jonas off the track. It was very minor taps, but it was enough to send the McLaren round. So, wow, look at Huas now. He is all over the back of... Oh, we got a safety car now because fucking Jonas decided it was a good idea to retire on track. And that is why we don't retire on track, because you just ruined a lot of people's race now. Yeah, Jonas is a fucking idiot. Because he's just ruined it for a lot of people. Obviously, for some people, it's helped because they were so far back, but Concept gets 10 seconds, speed in the pit lane. So that 13-second lead Roy had is going to be nothing now. So they've got a big gap of a buffer on his teammates, so they don't have to double stack. I don't think anyone will have to double. Maybe Williams. Let's have a look at our tyres. So Thunderbird going for the soft tyres. We've got 8 laps remaining, but obviously some will be under safety car. A lot of medium runners and the top 4 yet to pit. So everybody's still under Delta. Nobody is yet to catch up to the safety car. Inari opting for the softs. How's the race been for me? Yeah, it's been some good battles. Roy kind of ran away with it, but it's been a really good battle for P2, P3, P4. Huash just caught up to the back of Wads as the safety car came out. Oh, as Rajvolsi gets 10 seconds for being in the pit lane. Oh, wow. This was really bad timing for Charles as well. Because he had only just pitted, as did Huas. Interesting. So, from P2 all the way down to P6 is all gone on the mediums. Roy is on fresh softs. So Roy should have a lightning start at the start of the safety car. But will that come to bite him at the end? Let's look at our... so there are our tyres, as we see everybody catch up to the safety car now. And Wads has come out and... Sorry, Vader's pitted and come out behind Wads. As we now catch up to the safety car. So Vader has somehow lost a position there. I don't know whether it was going slow under the safety car or whatever it was, but get our penalties back up. Tell you what, we'll speak to a couple of drivers, see how their race has been. Hello, hello.
Morning,
Hey.
sir.
Vader, how did you come out behind Wads? Enlighten me.
Well, because well, he was faster on the outlap and he had to brake a lot to get this delta time in order. Probably, or well, he could push as much as he can from the start-finish straight, right?
Yep.
So he probably did, and then he got ahead of the safety car line, probably.
Okay.
Because we couldn't pit because the safety car was after we passed the pit entry. If I
Okay.
had done that, I would have been ahead of him and probably ahead of Rajvosa and Casper as well. But I definitely have the wrong race. Oh, Rajvosa goes in again. Goodbye, sir.
He will be going into service 10 seconds,
Probably.
which is super unfortunate. He's going to come out P8.
As am I.
Frank, how's it been for you? I seen you had a couple of no traction
crap, to be
moments.
honest. Yeah, that second after that chicane is killing me. That last corner.
Yeah, that's what I've seen it a couple
And
of times.
then I took out Jonas, and that's
Saw
about
that.
it really.
Yep, saw that on stream.
Uh,
Jonas retiring is why the safety car is out.
right. Okay. It was a bit odd because he took out Inari like on the straight.
I
He just
saw that. Yep.
Yeah, it was a bit weird. And then they had a good battle, and then I don't really know. And then I
Yeah.
kind of it was my mistake. That I took him out, but still, it's probably practice.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Now he looked like he was going to overtake him off the track, and then Jonas looked like he kind of wheel banged him. And I think.
Oh, I got wheel banged by Watts as well. He lost it at the.
Oh, is
That's
that
where
when
we
you
are
got stuck in? When you got
Yeah,
tangled
because
the wheels?
I went to the right to like I couldn't pass him because they have much more top speed than I have.
Yep.
But then I saw his front end hooked me.
Yeah.
And then I
saw
was like, oh no. But he gave back the position later when he pitted, and then he gave back the position to me after I pitted too hard. So it was really nice.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I caught a lot this race. By lots of things.
I felt there's no overtaking at the front here. Roy is just running away. Rajvosa is just too fast. Casper is using all his ERS, and I cannot catch him anywhere else.
Jonas Scenario banged into me and I had to correct the car. Not what it looked like, but okay. Concept just killed me. Killed is quite strong. You were very slow on the exit. You went wide. It was a very light tap, which sent his car around. And then because you retired on track, you are the reason for the safety car. So thank you very much. But yeah, we'll probably get a safety car in this lap, won't we?
We're not doing like penalties or anything this race, are we? Like post-race penalties?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, does that mean that Roy can lose if I just hit it correctly? Oh,
He spun out.
Who spun out?
The Ferrari.
Oh, but Cal.
This is
What
AI,
happened
isn't
to
it?
Cal, by the way?
Oh, is he back?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
But
He came back and then instantly locked up in front of me.
Oh, okay. EA disconnected. That's why.
All right.
But yeah, we'll get a safety car.
Have a serious talk with his internet employer. I was going to say, what is it called? Internet.
Wait, I was on
provider.
Provider.
Wait, I'm on
Thank you.
used mediums. It said new. I was on new mediums.
It says for me, you are on 10 lap old mediums. Ha, lol.
Well, that's great. I'm gonna box the end of this lap then.
Safety car will probably be in
Yeah.
there.
Literally, my front left's on 60%.
So yeah, safety car will be in
Oh
there.
yeah, you have those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Pit.
Right, I'll leave you with that.
I should
Thank you, sir.
see ya.
Yeah, Alfie. Yeah, Jonas retired on track and it calls a safety car. But we should get back underway this lap. We've got 4 laps remaining. In area, but not gonna lie, gotta catch the replay. Sigh. Should be a fun last 4 laps though, because Roy was running away with it. Was something like 12 seconds ahead. And there we are, safety car pulled into the pit lane, so Roy's going to get us underway for the final 5 laps of this Grand Prix in pre-season. As Concept dives into the pits to change his tyres, Roy is going late and he's gone. Here we are, back under racing. Everybody looking like they got a good start. Spirit applying a little bit of pressure on Inari already. We'll cut back to the broadcast camp. Is that a Thunderbird? Oh, I thought he was going to take out his teammate. Kyle trying to go around the outside. Thought about making a move at the inside of Thunderbird, but that's really slowed him down. That's also slowed Charles down behind, which is left open to Dylan behind. Charles looking to make a move on Kyle now. He's going to go for the inside. Kyle braking late on the outside. He taps Kyle, which really unsettles his car. He doesn't go into a spin, luckily. And Charles oversteers. That lets... Oh, that's... It wasn't really much of a rejoin, but he's not come back over very safe. Let's put Charles down to P12. Radvolsa up into P9. So we'll come back to the front of the grid. Kaspar still... my screen blue, which lap is it? It's lap 22 out of 26. So Wads up into P3. Did I notice a damaged wing there on Wads, or is that something? No, just me. So Kaspar applying pressure on Roy. P2, 3, 4. All do have 3 seconds. Kyle adding to that. He's also got 3 seconds now, currently in P7. So both Williams drivers are in a great spot at the minute. They just have to keep with the guys in front. Thunderbird really applying pressure on his teammate now. He is on the soft tyres though, so that is expected. We'll cut further down the grid. Any more action? Charles and Spirit applying pressure. Concept 22 seconds off the pace. Charles will need a good exit. To put a bit of pressure on the Ferrari. Will he make a move? No, he stays behind. Dylan made a move on Kyle. In the meantime, Kyle looking to come back on the inside. He's got a good exit. Dylan's going to get a much better exit on the outside though, get much traction. As Charles manages to pass him, as Thunderbird passes his teammate, who is making use of them soft tyres. But in the meantime, oh, we got a yellow flag. Who's that? It's Kyle. Something's happened to Kyle. Kyle dropped down to P12 now. So as I was saying, Thunderbird 1.3 seconds away now, so he needs to try and catch up to Wide Vader using them soft tyres while he's still got life in him. Roy looking strong up front, big lock up there though. And he's just crept out of DRS of Kaspar. And he sets the fastest lap of this race while Dylan retires from the race. That's a bit bizarre considering there was 3 laps left. Who else have we got out on track? So Thunderbird slowly slipping away from Wide Vader. Vader needs to try and get at least 3 seconds so he doesn't drop even more positions. Rajvolsa doing well after getting rid of them 10 seconds. He's currently P7, still within DRS of who asked. Just DRS is yet to be enabled, I don't think. We've got a yellow flag. I'm not sure why. Oh, I think it's Dylan's car has come back out under AI. So that should fall off shortly. As Wads finally gets overtaken by Wide Vader. As Wads might have had a moment there. He's now 1.2 seconds away. Kaspar gets 3 seconds again, so he's up to 6 seconds. He's out of DRS of Wide Vader, which is good, but that might knock him down a couple of positions. Thunderbird in a very strong place at the moment, and he's all over the back of Wads, who looks like he's really struggling after having a moment. Thunderbird on the soft tyres as we begin lap 25 of 26. We've got 2 more laps of racing. Thunderbird getting a really good exit on the final corner there. Wads slow. Wads down into P5 and he still has that 3 seconds as well. Concept, I don't know if he had a moment there. You can brief yellow flag. So will Wide Vader still look to make a move, even with Kaspar has 3 more seconds worth of penalties? Wads repasses Thunderbird. He comes flying up the inside. He's back up to P4. Concept retires. So this could be a battle for the final podium spot yet, as Thunderbird re-overtakes Wads. Thunderbird could have a chance of that P3 for DNFs in first race. Not really. I mean, Concept's retired because the game put him on mediums. I'm not sure why Dylan retired. Tui retired because he put the wrong setup on. So it was really only Jonas and Harv. As Wads comes flying back up the inside. He's not going to have the traction to keep it there though. Thunderbird very nicely sticks it around the outside as Charles gets 3 seconds. Currently down in P9. So we're going to start the final lap of this race. Roy very dominant out in front, 2.1 seconds. Wide Vader, I don't think he'll make a move on Kaspar unless he's close down this DRS. It'd be interesting to see what Wads does. So Vader slowly gaining. No, he's not going to have the pace. Wads, is he really going to repass Thunderbird? Yes, he does. He doesn't leave much room on the outside. Will Thunderbird fight back? He's on the soft tyres. Wads on the mediums. Thunderbird gets a very good line, but Wads gets a much better exit. So this is a fight for the final podium spot, but Wads does have 3 seconds compared to Thunderbird's 0, and Huas has now joined the battle. So both Williams doing very well, not taking any track limit penalties. Vader, will he make a move on the final lap of the race? He doesn't need to, but he's going to do it anyway. He passes Kaspar and goes P2 on the grid. Good racing from him. Thunderbird and Huast have to stay behind. But in the meantime, Roy is going to come home and finish the Silverstone Grand Prix in P1 in what has been such a dominant race. Amazing job from him. Vader comes on P2. Kaspar temporarily has P3, but that promotes Thunderbird up to P3, taking that final podium spot. Amazing race from him. Huas P4. Who else was there? Huas P4. Rajvolsa P5. Kaspar ended up finishing P6. Wads P7. Inari P8. Charles P9. Kyle P10, and Spirit XU P11. There we go. So race winner is Roy. Roy also taking on the fastest lap of the day. Driver of the day, Thunderbird. But some very good racing in there. Most overtakes Inari. So even when he got knocked down, he came flying back up. Cleanest driver was Roy. I don't really think he had much to defend against, but yeah, good racing from him. Amazing Roy, GG. And there we are. There are your final results. So Thunderbird up from P11 all the way up to a podium spot. But yeah, lovely stuff. There's no point in me getting race director because nobody's going to get any penalties removed. But yeah, that is it from me. Thank you to everybody that joined us. We do have another pre-season race tomorrow in D2. So it would be great if as many of you can join us for that as possible. The real season gets away next weekend in Bahrain for round 1. So hopefully we will see you all then. But thank you from me, and I will see you next weekend.